I keep getting same questions again and again in my DMs, comment section and from my student. Is AI going to replace data engineers? Okay, I can be wrong here, but after using these tools from last 2 years, I have understood something. AI is not going to replace data engineers, but it is going to replace slow data engineers. Last month, I built a complete ingestion pipeline in 30 minutes. The same pipeline in 2021 used to take me 1 or 2 days to finish. I was able to finish that in just 30 minutes. So something fundamental has changed, and in this video, I will explain you what has changed, what did not change, and what you should be learning in 2026 as a data engineer. So here's everything that we are going to cover today. The honest state of data engineering, the tools that have actually changed my daily workflow with real example, the claims about AI that are completely wrong and the ones that are actually true, and simple framework, 3-layered to learn data engineering in 2026 using AI. Now before we start the video, I want you to remember these things as we go. First, I'll tell you the exact moment I realized my old way of working is dead. Second, there is one skill that nobody is actually working on. Everyone is just focusing on very different skill, but I will tell you about that skill that makes it more valuable in the age of AI. And at the end, I will answer the question about, is data engineering even worth learning in 2026? So if you're a student or someone who wants to become a data engineer, that part is very important for you. So let's just start the video. If you want, take a pen and paper and start taking notes. So let's start this video by understanding what is the current state of data engineering right now. If you're active on LinkedIn or Twitter, you might find two types of people. One who says data engineering is dead, AI does everything right now, or the second type of people, nothing has changed, keep grinding the same old roadmap. Let me tell you, both of them are wrong. And the answer lies in the middle, and that is the most interesting part. Here's the truth. The work itself, like extracting data from multiple sources, doing the transformation, loading that data so that business people can use it, that work is still the same. Moreover, the demand for all of these skills has increased because every company is now trying to build AI features. And you know what all of these AI models need? Data. Clean, reliable and well organized data. Think about it like this. Everyone is very excited about the restaurant, the AI models, chatbot, agents, but somebody has to run the kitchen. Somebody has to make sure the ingredients arrive fresh, on time, every single day. That is us. That is what data engineers are for. The more restaurant that you open, more people you will need to manage the kitchen. So the demand is not the problem here. What has changed is how we do the work now. The way we used to work in 2021 has completely changed in 2026. And if you are still writing code by yourself, debugging things and doing things manually, then you might be falling behind. So the role is not dying. The old way of doing data engineering is getting replaced with the new age of data engineering, and I will share all of these learnings now. So let me now talk about what AI actually changed. I'll give you the 4 different examples that changed my entire workflow. This is not just theory. These are the things that I do every day. The first thing is the code generation. Remember I told you earlier that the exact moment I figured out that the old way of data engineering is sort of dead. This is the moment, right? I was building an ingestion pipeline for one project, the usual stuff, right? Pulling data from multiple sources, doing some transformation, then loading that data onto the S3 bucket. And these things used to take either 1 or 2 days because there are small details we need to make sure are correct. But I use Claude. I described all of my requirements. Okay, these are the data sources. This is how we want to pull the data. This is the sort of the data structure and how we want to write this data. It gave me code in few minutes, right? Generated the entire code in few minutes. It gave me the working draft in few minutes. I reviewed it. There were some mistakes and errors. I fixed it. I was able to create that entire ingestion pipeline in just 30 minutes. Now that is the crazy part, right? The skill that I spent my major years learning is just replaced. The code generation part, right? That used to take, you go on Stack Overflow, you try to find something, you understand, you read the documentation, you watch bunch of tutorials. The part of writing code, the joy of enjoying writing code and figuring things out is replaced with the AI. This is the exact moment I realized the old way of data engineering is dead. But notice something here, okay? AI wrote the code, but I made the decision. What to pull, how to structure it, what to handle, whether output was actually correct or not. Remember this part because we are going to talk about this at the end. Second thing that changed is debugging. That used to take hours and now we can finish it in few minutes. This was me in 2021, right? Any pipeline that breaks at 2 AM, I will wake up, I'll try to see the logs. Maybe I'll try to understand what is going on. I'll go on Google, I search about it, I read Stack Overflow, there might be some answer that is close to my error. and maybe I find the right answer to fix that particular thing. This was the whole debugging process. Now all you have to do is just copy the logs, give it to AI. AI will point you at the right directions, and there are high chances that you will be able to fix the issue in few minutes. Third shift is the platform have AI built in. This is the part that most of the people don't actually see. People think AI is just using ChatGPT or Claude, but AI is now inside the tools that we use daily basis. Snowflake has Cortex, so you can directly ask questions about your data in plain English. Databricks also has their own assistant Genie. So now AI is sitting inside the platform, debugging things, helping you write the query, doing the documentations. Every single thing is inside the product itself. So in simple terms, these platforms are making easy tasks more easier, which means if you're still stuck on doing all of these easy things, that might not be valuable. And we'll come back to this as we move forward to this video. Right now, I'm just sharing some of the shift that I have seen. And the last shift that I want to talk about is that one engineer covers more ground. Now, because of this AI shift, one senior engineer can do work of 4 or 5 people. Generate pipeline code, do documentation, build basic dashboard, can be done by a single person. Now, you might start thinking that we will need fewer engineers because AI can do all of these things fast. Here's the thing. Companies are not doing less with the data. They are doing more. Every company that could not afford a data engineer now can have a one person sitting on the desk, use AI tools to do all of these things for them. So that means there are no fewer jobs, but more and more companies are becoming a data driven. That is an opportunity. Now, these were the 4 shifts that AI actually caused, and we'll talk about what did not change. But before we do that, I want to ask questions to you guys. Are you using all of these different tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or the native tools on Snowflake or Databricks? If you are using them, how you are using them, right? You can share it in the comment section so that other people can also understand what is going in the industry, and I can also learn from you guys. Now let's talk about what AI did not change. This is the part that matters most because this is where the highly valuable skills rely. First thing, AI does not know about your business. AI can write a perfect SQL query, but cannot tell you what does the revenue column mean in 3 different tables. Your organization might have thousands of tables available. So getting context of what each and every column mean in the business context that keeps shifting, it's quite difficult for AI to do. Again, you can give the context about that particular thing to AI, but at the end, a human is needed in that cycle to take the final call. But things keeps changing, the data is messy, it comes from multiple formats. All of things you have to keep feeding to AI to give the right judgment, and things keep changing, right? So it is quite difficult for AI to also keep track of it unless you give the direction. Second thing is AI writes code, but it does not take the responsibility. Let me tell you, I was talking to one of the students and he built entire data pipeline using AI in just 30 minutes. Now, there was a problem in that entire pipeline. I asked him like, okay, what if this pipeline runs 2 times? What will happen? And he did not have the answer because the entire pipeline was generated by AI. So he did not understand anything what was going inside. So if you run this pipeline, it will generate the duplicate data. Now that part, if you knew that, right, if you know about the foundation, then you can tell the AI to, okay, handle the duplicate data. If I run the pipeline 2 times, make sure you also handle that case. That knowledge, understanding, okay, that is inside your head, right? You have to tell the AI that, okay, you need to do or you need to build this code in such a way so that it can handle this particular case. So that is the biggest gap right now. The judgment, you can call it as a taste, you can call it as an understanding or a judgment, that is missing from a lot of people. People run behind the tools, but building that judgment takes years of effort, takes years of building projects, understanding what business need, and then doing it. You know, at the start of the video, I told you about the skill that matters most in AI age. It is this only, the judgment, the ability to judge whether it's actually correct, safe, or right in the particular situation. Call it judgment, call it taste, call it engineering sense, whatever it is. Now recently I was watching one of the interview of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Now he told that AI is like a bulldozer. Before you were using shovels to dig the hole, now you got a bulldozer, so you can do more work in a smaller amount of time. This is what matters, right? Even if you get the bulldozer, you should know where to dig, how much to dig, because you might break some gas pipeline, you might break some water pipeline if you don't know what to do with it. That is the exact same thing, right? Even if you get the AI tool, you should have a judgment or a taste to do exactly what should be done rather than relying on AI. And how do you build this judgment? By focusing on the boring things. fundamentals. Learn the data engineering fundamentals, learn SQL, Python, all of these are still the core of your skill set, and we'll talk about this as we move forward. There is no shortcut or a prompt for this. It comes with the experience where you build things, where you break them and understand what caused it on the first place. And that is the thing, right? Most of the people are doing completely opposite thing. They are learning AI tools, they are generating all of these code, but they don't have the strong foundation. Most of the people are doing completely opposite. They are collecting all of these AI tools like a Pokemon card. They are skipping the fundamental parts because they think that AI can do all of these things, so why should I learn it on the first place? But having that judgment and understanding, no one is chasing that, and this is where you can have the unfair advantage. So if you're watching this video and if you actually reach to this section, do let me know by writing a comment section that I will focus on building judgment. This way I will know that you are actually serious and watch the video till here. So okay, so enough talking. We talked about what changed, what did not change, and some of the other things. Let's talk about the 3-layer framework that I told you, right? What you should be focusing on in this market to become a highly valuable data engineer. The 3-layer stack starts with this. The first layer is the foundation stack. Again, this is your 80% of the work. Understand this, right? Learning foundations such as understanding about data modeling, star schema, snowflake schema. Learning foundations such as understanding of Python, SQL, data warehouses, understanding some of the core concept of data streaming, understanding things such as SQL at the deep level, not just syntax, but actually how data behaves, how to build scalable data warehouse, how to process data onto a large scale distributed system. All of these are the foundation, right? You can't outsource directly with the AI, right? Of course, AI can help you assist in this work, but you should have the strong fundamentals, so wherever AI is going wrong, you will know and you will fix it. This is the most powerful skill. If your foundations are strong, you can use AI to 100x your work. But if your foundations are weak, AI will take you on a journey that you won't even know where you're going. Second layer is the AI productivity. Now this is where the tools actually come into the picture, right? ChatGPT, Claude Code, all of these different tools that you're working with, you should understand how to use these tools. Maybe you can learn about the best practices, how to put the right prompt. So instead of just saying that, generate a SQL code for this, provide more context. Okay, I'm working with this type of data, this data has this issues, so you need to make sure you figure out all of this issue while you are generating the code. So you give the proper context, write the good prompt so that it can get you the right answer. If you give the slop input, you will have the slop output. So understand how you can use AI to increase your productivity rather than just blindly following the AI. And the third is learning about AI infrastructure. Now this is where the world is moving and someone has to understand these things. So if you're a data engineer who is building an AI data pipeline that is, fetching data from multiple sources and feeding these data to LLM models to give you the better outcome, you also need to understand this AI infrastructure tools, such as understanding about RAG pipelines, vector databases, feeding your company's knowledge to LLM systems so that it can get you a better outcome. This is where the understanding of AI infrastructure comes into the picture. So in simple terms, we have 3 layers. One is foundation layer, second is productivity layer, and third is AI infrastructure level. You can learn this in specific order. So focus on the foundation, use the productivity layer to increase your productivity, and learn the infrastructure part of the AI so that you understand how to build AI driven pipeline. Now here are the few things you can focus on while you're learning. You can just screenshot this if you want. If you're interested also, we also teach all of these things onto the Data Vidya. That is the #1 platform to become a data engineer. It is not just a course, it's a complete full-fledged platform to make you job ready data engineer. Now this is a very common question people keep asking, like, is it even worth learning data engineering because AI can do all of these things? The answer is yes, as we already discussed in the video, right? We will need more and more data engineers. We will need data engineers who understand the large scale system. So if you are someone who is just getting started or want to switch to data engineering, make sure you start by focusing on a good foundation. Learn these AI tools, about the AI things. They are not going anywhere. New things will keep coming, keep changing. You are using vector database right now, you might use something else in future. They'll keep changing, doesn't matter. But the foundations are still the same, right? The way we do the pipeline, the way we extract the data, the business course, all of these things are still the same. The tools will change, right? We were using Oracle warehouses, now we use Snowflake. We were using, our own Spark cluster to process data, now we use Databricks. You can use Databricks to write SQL queries. Tools are changing, right? The foundation, what we are doing with these tools are still the same. Either you travel in metro or you travel in flight, okay? The final goal is to travel and reach the destination. So destination, how you reach it, faster or slow, depends on the mode of tools or the framework that you use. So changes are always going to happen in the industry, but if your foundations are clear, then nothing can beat you. So this was the entire learning I had about the AI that I wanted to share here. If you are interested in becoming a data engineer, we have built a complete platform that will take you from zero to job ready data engineer. You can visit the Data Vidya website. It is free to explore. You can just look around, and if you are interested, you can join it. This was everything for this video. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel and comment. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.